Now to our continuing coverage, and the record spike in COVID cases in our area now turned and the numbers making a steady decline. It's a positive trend, but as we've learned through our years of the pandemic, there's always more to consider. That's what our Bill Folsom is doing tonight, looking into what it all means. He joins us live in the Springs tonight. Bill?
Yeah, numbers going down, that is obviously good, but we've seen it before, and then there's another upward trend, especially when a new variant is found. We spoke with a virus expert today who lives here locally. She says the cautions, they're going to be around for a while, but she says we also need to recognize there is steady progress in the fight. Years of pandemic, whether it seems long or short, is a matter of perspective.
It has been such a brief timeline for scientists to try to figure this out, and yet it also feels like it's been a very long 2.5 to 3 years, right?
Phoebe Lostro is a microbiologist with emphasis on viruses. Out of her own interest and wanting to offer her skills to the community, she's been tracking the data and science from the start of the pandemic.
We are in a situation where the data and the evidence of all kinds is kind of shifting and changing quite frequently.
El Paso County numbers show the January spike in Omicron-driven cases changing direction, a decrease happening for almost 2 weeks now.
I'm very excited that the trend of cases has gone down for almost 2 weeks in a row, but I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, that percent positivity is still pretty high, so we might be missing some cases.
There are data points like hospitalizations and percent positivity showing less of a drop. Lostro points out a lot more people are doing the right thing with home testing, but that can also skew numbers.
If you do those home tests and get positive but don't go get a PCR test to follow up, then your case is not added into the numbers and your percent positivity is not added into the numbers.
The nature of viruses is to mutate, so there are likely more infection ups and downs ahead, especially with vaccination rates slowing. Lostro also sees progress. Tracking infections is important, but it's also important to note that scientists are having success developing treatments for COVID.
Medication that we can take that will prevent us from progressing to more serious disease.
And she points out some other progress being made. We've all honed and gotten more natural about our prevention skills. You saw that today with our interview. It's January, but we were outside in the sun where it was safer. A lot of more people are finding these more protective K95 masks, and we also mentioned that people are doing more of that self-testing, and it's showing positive. They're staying away from crowds. It is all that steady progress being made. In Colorado Springs, Bill Folsom, News 5.